guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to do a recipe that I'm going to turn into also meal prep, and this is a vegan chili, and you guys can take and add and take out different things that I used and put more into it, but this is so good and I wanted to share it with you guys, so I really hope you enjoy. These are some of the ingredients I'm going to be using, but I will go over them as we go, of course, for you guys. But yeah, it's so tasty. So to start, we are going to chop up an onion. In the first clip I showed, I used a yellow onion, but I was thinking about it, and I think a purple one is going to just taste better in it. But is it the end of the world either way? Absolutely not. So go ahead and chop up your onion. I'm going to do the whole thing. I like onion, but do as little or as much as you want. I'm gonna add a little bit of extra virgin olive oil into my pan. You guys could omit this completely, but I do think a little bit is gonna help just with cooking up all these vegetables. But yeah, just very little. I'm gonna add my onion into the pot and get that started. I'm also going to chop up a couple potatoes. These are the Yukon Gold ones, but use whatever you have. And I'm going to make them into bite-sized pieces, nothing too big, but not too small. Still like to, bite into it, but whatever you want. You can make this whole chili could be done super, super chunky or not, whatever your preference is. And I'm going to get that in the pan as well. I think it's important to start with your more heartier vegetables first to get those cooking for you the longest. Potatoes and carrots, those are a lot harder of a veggie, and I think that you need to get those in the pan quickest. I'm gonna chop up some zucchini. These were already kind of pre-chopped for me, but just a little bit, give it a little rough chop, and also work on my carrots to get those into the pot as well. These cook up for a little bit, maybe 5 to 7 minutes, and just so they can soften a little bit before I add the rest of my softer veggies. So meanwhile, I'm going to cut up the rest of them that I plan to use. So I have my zucchini still to the side, and I'm going to chop up some green bell pepper. I'm also going to chop up just roughly some broccoli florets. You don't really have to chop them, but I just figured to keep everything kind of similar in size, just a rough chop. I'm also going to use my garlic press with about 3 cloves of garlic and have that ready to go to throw in there as well. Use as little or as much as you want. I mean, I could use the whole head of garlic. I love garlic, but it's not necessary to do all that. So I just did 3. I'm going to start getting my canned veggies ready to go. And guys, it's such a good tip to drain and rinse all of your canned veggies, and it really helps to make the sodium level that comes with canned vegetables and beans a lot lower. So I'm going to go ahead now and add the rest of my vegetables, the broccoli, the zucchini, and the bell pepper. Have that cook up just a little bit, and I always like to add my spices though when things aren't cooked all the way. I just feel like it absorbs it better, but that's just me. It doesn't really matter. But I'm going to use some of the spicy garlic I have in a grinder, some ground cumin, and some chili powder. I just think those are kind of your more traditional chili type flavors. Of course, use whatever you like, whatever you have. Guys, you know already, if you've seen some of my food videos, I am terrible with measuring. I just kind of go for it till it looks right, tastes right. Just give it a taste test and you're good to go. So I would say probably a tablespoon or so of the chili powder, a little bit of cumin, and whatever with the grinder. I'm sorry, I'm just not good at that, but do what you like, however spicy or not that you want it to be. So I'm gonna let that cook up for a little bit, maybe again, another 7 minutes or so. I had a couple tomatoes that were kind of on their way out, so I figured why not? I'm gonna add those as well as some canned ones too. But I just chopped up really big just to have a couple big chunks in there of tomato. And then I also got my cans ready to add as well. So gonna throw those in, do the stewed tomatoes in the can, and 1 can of tomato sauce. And this is also preference of how creamy you want it to be or how thick you want it to be. It's really up to you, but I think this was a good balance. It's a lot of vegetables, and 1 can of each I think worked very well. So I'm gonna put a lid on this now and let this just kind of on super low heat just kind of simmer away for about 20 minutes. And after 20 minutes, I felt like it was ready to go. And you will see, because we put a lid on it, that it does get a little waterier. So I did let it sit like this for maybe another 5 minutes just to kind of evaporate some of that liquid. But I was happy with the consistency. I liked it like this. It was really, really good. So this was our dinner for the night, as well as our meal prep for the rest of the week. So I'm going ahead right now and filling up my containers. They're relatively small, maybe like a medium-sized container, and I was able to actually get 4 of these out of it, plus 2 big bowls for dinner. So it made quite a bit, which is great. Since I still had about half an avocado left from earlier in the day from another meal, I thought I would top our bowls of chili with some avocado, which I would highly recommend. It was delicious. So put as much or as little of that as you want. And I also had some scallions, a little bit left too, so I threw those on top as well. But those parts are not absolutely vital. Whatever you got, throw it on or don't. And that's gonna do it, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this. Thumbs up if you want to see more of these in the future. I can absolutely do them. I will also link below the previous ones that I have done. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Please subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Mwah!